Hello and welcome to another episode of Salary Voodoo, the show right here on the MMA Engine channel, where I, your host Monk, aka the Monkmatician, break down 3 fights for you guys from a Salary Voodoo perspective. It's a little different way of assembling some GPP lineups. You'll get some information you've probably never seen anywhere else. And that said, let's get right into it for UFC 282, the last pay-per-view event of the year. Hit that like, hit the subscribe on the MMA Engine channel. Let's get right into it, guys. Oh, I always do this with the button. What is Salary Voodoo? Salary Voodoo offers stats that aim to give you a fresh, unique angle when it comes to MMA DFS lineup construction, especially in GPP tournaments. I get stats from historically unusual places, such as salaries, fight positions, weight classes, etc. Probability based and very heavily over analyzed. Guys, all stats are tracked since 1/1/2020. 1/1/21. Sorry, I'm getting over a sickness. If you've watched my game theory video, you've heard my voice. I'm getting over it. We're doing better today than yesterday. But comment the fights you want to see from the last UFC card of the year. Next week, UFC Vegas 66. Comment down below right now the fights, the matchups that you want to see on Salary Voodoo for next week's card, guys. That's what makes it so fun. We don't know what the salaries are yet, but we do know the fights. So go ahead and comment those down below. Let's get right into it. Last week, guys, how'd we do? UFC Orlando. I gave you Nico Price and Philip Rowe. I said someone was going to make optimal. That one did not come to fruition. Philip Rowe won late, scored like 70 or 80 points, not even close to good enough for optimal lineup. We also told you to play the Pavlovich Tuivasa fight. Obviously, Pavlovich then came out and put up the highest heavyweight score of the entire year, so that one made the optimal lineup, so we were good there. And we told you to fade the Nicolau Matt Schnell fight. Nicolau scored very well, so if you had him in cash, that's fine, but that's not what this is about. This is about finding fighters for optimal lineup, and Nicolau did not make it. Neither guy made it, so in my book, that's a big fat 2 out of 3, baby. Again, let's keep it rolling into UFC 282. First fight of the evening, picked by Mahler 138. We've got Billy Quarantillo going against Alexander Hernandez, but we don't focus on fighters here. We focus on salaries. So we've got 86 going against 7,600. Featherweight fights, guys. Someone makes optimal from a featherweight fight 53.4% of the time. This is fight number 4. Someone makes the optimal lineup from fight number 4 54.22% of the time. This is a gigantic number. In fact, is it the biggest number on? Almost, not quite. Almost the best fight to target overall. And the salary pair of 86 and 76, guys, when these two fight each other, one of these salaries makes optimal 61% of the time. Minus, we are under leveraged 9.5%, guys. That means we need to get these guys in our lineups 9.5% more times than we currently are. They're making optimal lineups 9.5 more times than we are currently rostering them. That's what I'm trying to say. So get these guys in your lineups. Minus leverage is good. You want to see that. If you see minus leverage, you want to get it in your lineup. Average ownership for 8,600 is 27.5%, and the average leverage there is a huge minus. Again, a very good thing. We are underweight to this salary by almost 9%, guys. Put 8,600 in your lineups. Orthodox versus Orthodox, so 50-50 win rate there. And the finish win rate for 8,600 is 36%. Decision win rate is almost 30%. Huge win rate, and you also love to see a finish win rate over a decision because finishes make optimal at a 2-to-1 rate over decisions. 2/3 of the optimal results are from fights that end inside the distance. Average ownership for 7,600 is 24%. We are under leveraged by 0.5% there, so we can still afford to put more 7,600 in our lineups. The finish win rate is 21%. Decision win rate is 13%. Again, you love to see these numbers here. Let's get into the salary stats, individual stats. These two salaries have fought each other 77 times. 8,600 has made optimal 28 times. This is the most times a salary is made optimal out of any other salary since I've been tracking. 28 times for a rate of 36.36%. Guys, 25% is good. 30 is fantastic. We're at over 36% optimal. It is basically it's the highest number on this entire card. Win rate of 2-1, 66.23%. When 8600 does win, it makes optimal 54.9% of the time, and it scores 98.7 points per win, guys. 7600 is no joke either. It has made optimal 19 times for an optimal rate of just under 25%. Has a win rate of 33, almost 34%, but when it does win, it makes optimal 73% of those times. Average DraftKings points per win, 103.5. Guys, these numbers are better than almost every single fight on this card. These are fantastic salaries to play. What are we going to get? Are we going to get good voodoo for 86? Are we going to get bad voodoo? I think you know we're going to see that Bernie, baby. You love to see the Bernie. You see a Bernie with that wry smile, them circular frames, you know we've got that good voodoo. So be sure to put these guys in your lineups. The salary score of 8,600 is 6.08. That is the second best salary to target and play overall. Out of 30 salaries, it's second. Salary score of 8.38 for 7,600 is the 14th best. We are still above average there out of 30 salaries. Get these guys in your lineup, especially $8,600 salary. So here we go. We got a good fight to start us off. Next fight, picked by the Green Reaper, 8,400 and 7,800. We happen to have Ilia Topuria and Bryce Mitchell in this matchup. Average ownership for 8,400 is 27%. And we are over leveraged to this spot. So it's the exact opposite of 8,600, guys. We are 2%, 1.5% over on this guy. So we're putting too much 8,400 in our lineups based on the optimal percentage. We have an Orthodox versus Southpaw fight, 44% win rate for Orthodox. Southpaw dominating the matchups over Orthodox fighters. 24.5% win rate, 24.5% decision win rate for the $8,400 salary. 7,800 average ownership is 24.5%. We are under leveraged. Here's the big leverage spot in this fight, guys. 8% under owned to $7,800. We got to get this underdog salary in our lineups. Stick around to find out why. 19% finish win rate, 28.5% decision win rate. So not what we're looking for with more finishes than decisions, but a decent win rate nonetheless. We skipped over the joint stats here. Featherweight fights, 53.4, same as last time. Fight number 9 is what this one is. 44.5% optimal. That is no good. The lowest on the entire card. Actually, second lowest on the entire card. But the salary pair of 84 and 78 makes optimal 58% of the time, guys. We're under leveraged 6.5% to this salary. And I'm sure you can tell it's all from the dog side of things. These two salaries have fought each other 74 times. 8,400 is made optimal 19 times for an optimal rate of 25.5%. That is a decent number. Decent number overall. 48.65% win rate, just under 50%, and optimal, when it does win, it makes optimal 52.78, almost 53% of the time. That is a decent number for a favorite salary when it does win. 92.5 points on DraftKings. The $7,800 salary made optimal 24 times for an incredible optimal rate of 32.5%. Same win rate as 8,400. So these guys are splitting 50-50 wins here. 66.67% optimal when it does win. So every two out of every 3 wins, guys, for 7,800 makes the optimal lineup. That is a crazy good number. 95 points per win. What do you think we're going to have here, Green Reaper? I know what I would choose, and it is a Bernie. We got some great salary voodoo here. This is a great lineup, great pair to play, especially the dog side of things. 8,600 was great for the favorite. 84 and 7,800 are great for the dog side of things. 7,800 salary score of 6.64, the 5th best number overall. 8,400 with the 12th best number overall. At 7.85. So guys, these are 2 incredible lineups, or incredible salaries. I mean, 2 salaries that are in the top 12 overall of 30 salaries. So get them in your lineups, guys. Love this fight. Love the matchup. And I do think someone makes the optimal here. Next fight, we've got the $8,800 salary against 74. We've got Dricus du Plessis going against the unexcited Darren Till. Look how sad he is to be here right now. 25% average ownership for $8,800 salary. We are over leveraged though to that one, 2.68%. We've got a switch style fighter going against a southpaw style switch. Wins 51% of those matchups. 26, almost 27% finish win rate for 8,800, 40% decision win rate. So a great win rate, but we have way more decisions than finishes. 7,400 average ownership, 21.5%, 4% over leverage, guys. We're over leveraged to both of these positions here. We are not off to a good start. Finish win rate for 7,400 is 13%. Decision win rate is 19%. And again, the middleweights, 51% of the time middleweights fight, someone makes optimal. Fight number 10 is a great fight to target with a 54%, almost 54.5% optimal rate. But here's the big one, guys. Salary pair in red, 40% optimal when these two salaries meet. That we are over leveraged. We are putting them in our lineup 7% too often. So think twice before you get these two in your lineup. Let's check out the individual stats. 75 times 8,800 has fought 7,400, and 88 has made optimal 17 of those 75 times for an optimal rate of 22.67%. We have a win rate of 8,800 for 66%. I mean, 2-to-1 win rate. But when it does win, guys, it only makes optimal 34% of the time. Average DraftKings points per win is less than 91. Ouch. 7,400 has made optimal just 13 times for an under 18% optimal rate. We are at 17, not even 17.5. That is very poor. Win rate of only 32%. I mean, what can you expect from such a big dog salary? And when it does win, though, 54% optimal, 88.42 points per win. Guys, these are all around subpar numbers, especially compared to the fights that we have just been over. We got ourselves a frozen jack here. If you see frozen jack, you did not get out of the maze of Salary Voodoo. You're going to be stuck right there forever and ever and ever, playing with those two little twins and Grady in the bathroom. So you do not want that to happen. You don't want a frozen jack. The salary score of 8,800 is 8.85. That is 16th best overall, so just below the halfway point. And then 7,400, a 10.74 salary score, 24th best overall. That's like the 6th or 7th worst out of 30 possible salaries. Guys, I don't like the Darren Till side. He scores terrible for DraftKings. Drickus to Plessis, you know, this one might go to decision. I would be careful around this one, and the Salary Voodoo backs it up. Now, guys, we usually do 3 fights, but you know how we do over at MMA Engine. If this is a pay-per-view week, my voice is here or not, we're bringing you a bonus fight. 4th fight, we've got Patty the Batty Pimblett going against Jared Gordon, picked by Tommy Touchy. Thank you so much. Guys, explosive stuff from Patty the Batty on his podcast about Ariel Helwani. I'm recording this before the MMA hour starts, so I will be very interested to hear if Helwani's going 10-7 on Patty Pimblett today. We will find out. Man, I mean, I'm not an Ariel fanboy. I mean, I like the guy, but Jesus, Patty, what the fuck, man? Lightweights make optimal 50.85% of the time. It's a very good number. Fight number 12, 49%, so under the 50% rate, but this is the co-main event, and co-main events make optimal 56.63% of the time, so that is going to bump this up to a good number. But the salary pair of 9,100 and 7,100 is even worse than 88 and 74, guys. 39.19% optimal. We're over leveraged 6% to these two salaries. Yikes, not a good look for the Patty the Batty Jared Gordon fight. Average ownership for 9,100, 27, almost 28%, and we are over leveraged 6.5% on that position, guys. That is way too much. 9,100, the optimal rate is 6.5 points below its average ownership. The finish win rate's very good, 35%. Decision win rate, 32.5%. Very, very good there. Not complaining, so maybe something to look for in cash, but definitely it's not looking good for GPPs. Average ownership for 7,100 is 17.37%, and that's right where we need to be as far as leverage goes. It just does not make optimal very much at all. We've got an orthodox matchup. Finish win rate of 7,100 is 12%. Decision win rate is 17.5%. So very low win rate. Overall, these two salaries have fought each other 74 times. 9,100 has made optimal 16 of those times for a 21.6% optimal rate. That is subpar, especially for a huge salary like 9,100. Does have a great win rate, though, 70%. Like I said, maybe something to think about in cash. 30% optimal when it does win. Scores an average of 96 points per win. 7,100 has only been optimal 13 times for a rate of 17.5%. Has a win rate of sub 30. Guys, 29.73%. When it does win, it only makes optimal 59%, which sounds good, but this is such a low salary. That number should be closer to 60 or 70, to be quite honest. We are just not looking good anywhere from the $7,100 salary. Not even the average points per win, which sits at 91. I think you can tell. I mean, I know I'm very monotone because I have no voice anymore, but I think you can tell from my voice how we are going to look for this one. 9,100, 7,100. We got ourselves another frozen jack, baby. That's not good. Danny's out there covering up his footsteps. You're never going to find your way out of this one. I would be fading Patty and Jared Gordon for GPP tournaments. Like I said, Patty's numbers are great. The $9,100 salary is great for cash games. I don't know that I necessarily like it for GPPs. The salary voodoo is just not there. Salary score for 9,100 is 9.30. That is 19th highest out of 30. Not a very good look at all. The salary score of 7,100 is 10.75. 25th highest. That is the lowest number that we've seen so far on Salary Voodoo. So guys, I cannot in good conscience give you a Bernie on this fight. Let's go over the recap. What did we get? 4 fights today. We've got Billy Q and Alex Hernandez, 8,600, 7,600. We are going with a Bernie there. Play that fight. We've got Topuria. We've got Bryce Mitchell at 8,400, 7,800. Another Bernie. Play that fight as well. We are under leveraged to those first 2 fights. Then we turn a corner. Drickus to Plessis and Darren Till, 8,800, 7,400. We got that frozen jack. Not one that I will be targeting for DraftKings. And then we've got Patty the Batty, the co-main event against Jared Gordon, 9,100, 7,100. Do not like this fight for Salary Voodoo. We've got another frozen jack. And that's going to do it, guys. Hopefully you can make some adjustments. When I say fade, you see a frozen jack, I don't mean play 0%. Just lower your expectations. When you see a Bernie, I don't mean play 100%. I mean, you can raise your expectations because the leverage is there. That's all we're talking about, guys. 2 Bernies, 2 jacks for UFC 282. Please hit the like, hit the sub on the MMA engine. Me, Weezy, Brady, and Lou Betya bringing you content every single day before each and every UFC event, of which there is one left before the end of the year next week, UFC Vegas 66. So leave those fights in the comments below. And guys, as usual, I want all of you to enjoy the fight. So enjoy, and we will see you in the next one. Have a good one.